Tawny wants to talk to you.
Hey, good morning. We are here at the auction and we rescued a lot of horses last night, and we're going to start our live assessment for you all. There were a lot of critical horses, and I came into this thinking, okay, we're going to get 20 horses, and there were so many critical horses that we couldn't say no to. And we do have a veterinarian on staff now, and she's here with us at the auction. So we did get 10 horses that were so critical that we did have to say goodbye to them here at the auction, but it's the kindest thing we could do. Their conditions were so horrific. So it's kind of been a little bit of triage, and now we're ready to start our assessment like we normally see. Things are changing up because, like I said, we do have a vet full time. So we're kind of changing a few things and how we're going to do things now with the vet on staff. So we're going to get busy. Usually there's a live on Facebook, but we're going to be telling everyone to hop over to YouTube. And then also we have launched a new YouTube channel called Plus Vets. And through the filming today, Faye is going to be filming a lot of interesting things that aren't going to go on our main channel because maybe people don't want to actually see a medical procedure. So definitely, when you're done watching this video, subscribe to Horse Plus Vets so you don't miss any of that. And then our weekly episodes are going to be resuming with this auction rescue. So you get to see a whole bunch of good stuff all the time. So we're going to get the next horse out here, and I'm going to hop onto Facebook and tell everybody to head over to our some cranky horses next to us. They're not horses that we purchased, but they've been fine this entire morning. And then somebody said something wrong, and they should be settling down. But yeah, so we're just waiting for the horses to come in. I'm going to get my stuff done on Facebook, and so I'm going to turn you back over to Jason.
Alrighty, everybody. So, yeah, good morning from Jason too. It's cold this morning, but I was so happy when I walked outside and I stepped in a puddle on the motel parking lot because the puddle was wet. It wasn't ice, and it was supposed to be super icy. So, just super glad that it's actually not as cold as they were predicting. There was definitely, there we go. There was definitely some frozen roads in the area, but Keith drove over actually from the shelter this morning, and the roads are fine. So it's going to be no problem with the weather getting the horses back to the shelter. The problem comes in that humans are a little bit chilly this time of year. Yeah, grumpy horses over there, Stu. So, no, it didn't get my socks wet, Meg, and it was not a deep puddle. It was just a little puddle on the motel parking lot. Daisy, thank you so much for your donation. And so we rescued 31 horses last night. And the reason we rescued 31 horses is because it was January 31st. And, what? Yeah. And so it's January 31st. We rescued 31 horses. And Tawny's trying to communicate with me. I don't talk to two people at the same time very good. Good morning, Donna, up in Idaho. I suspect you're probably colder up there than we are. Yep, January 31, we got 31 horses. I thought we were going to get 23 horses because it was 2023, but we actually ended up getting 31. And good morning, Ferry. Good to see you on here. I know eventually they're going to bring a horse down here. I think they're working with a little pony, and I would go under there. That wouldn't be any problem. So I'm going to walk over there, see if the internet dies for me. I'm hoping it doesn't. And there's Corey working with a horse. And yeah, just let me know if the internet starts getting where the video isn't clear or anything. Because I don't know if there's good internet in here or not. They're just... So we're hoping to microchip, 26 degrees and snowing in Plano, Texas. Man, that sounds terrible. Stay inside and stay warm. Thank you, Penny. Kind thoughts there. All the way over from England. Christine says good morning from England. I feel like that horse is not halter trained. He's got a halter and a lead rope on him, but he probably was just left on there. So they're... Yep. So you'll hear them talking about a pen for today, a pen for Thursday. We're not doing the full assessment on all the horses when we get back. Do you want to talk to that?
Yeah, so it's because we have a vet full time. So usually we're like, okay, we got to get them all loaded. We got to get back to the shelter because the vet's going to be here at this time. And then we'd have a few hours to try to get all the horses done. Now we can get them done more thoroughly. We can do more of a thorough exam. And then we will have the next day to continue the process. So it's so nice.
Super nice.
Are we ready to run the horse out here? Is the thought? And I'll grab the picture.
We need to go in now and then finish funding and you're done with photos.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we're getting along here. Corey hasn't given up yet, I don't think. Corey doesn't give up well on horses. Corey's very dedicated to doing the best for every horse and giving the horse a chance. So Ash is totally awesome. So far he's doing good. Having trouble hearing Tawny. Okay, I'll get a little closer.
So I am not wearing a mic where you can hear me on there. So the live assessments are live and raw. They're not pre-edited. You don't have a mic on everybody. You have to watch the weekly episode.
Yep.
To see that. So if I'm not, hey, baby.
He's so scared.
You're right, baby.
Where's he going?
We're getting pictures. So.
We're getting pictures of him. All right.
Jason, we'll go over here next to you. To the left.
I'm trying to get the head shot. Your
Poor-
markings.
Poor Tawny's trying to get his below zero yesterday up there where Vat is. He is moving his head just perfect to keep from Tawny getting the shot she needs. He's like, why are you chasing me with a camera?
In front of me, this is so strange. I think I got one that would work.
All right, he is really scared, Meg, and it's so sad.
He does have a sock if you want to put on your notes.
Okay,
Right rear. Yep. He's got.
So cold. All right. Good morning from Colorado. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, Maddie, he absolutely is scared. And there's a lot of horses in so horrible a condition. One was a young horse. And the story with him, as told from the ring, was that somebody's making a ton of racket over there. Anyway, this horse, it was a young horse, and the story told from the auction ring was that it fell down a creek bank, and when he came up out of the creek, he was walking that way, and basically what happened is his shoulder was okay.
For the shoulder horse, the way the shoulder of our four-legged horses are held onto the body is just the tendons and ligaments there, so there's no bony attachment. So when they get an injury to the nature the one was last night, it's literally tore loose all of those attachments. So, and that one wasn't a fresh wound, so that's why it's not a put it back in place and fix it, because all of the attachment is literally tore loose of what was holding it in place. So, unfortunately, it does happen sometimes accidentally in the field, but it's not sustainable with a good quality of life. So, and it was a young one. It was still a yearling. So, just one of those freak accidents, and unfortunately, instead of putting it down, they brought it here.
Yeah, and you guys will be able to see that horse in the weekly episode. And it's a grayish type horse. So, it was terrible.
Okay, so for this morning, we went through again. We reevaluated the worst of the worst, the ones that were comfortable last night, but definitely don't need to make the trailer right back. So we're taking care of those this morning. Thankfully, so now for each one left, we're evaluating, just getting our hands on microchipping, and that way doing a quick age assessment, and then kind of sorting out whether priority today to look at, or if they're okay for tomorrow, because we're going to do intake a little slower to pick up on as many issues as we can to make the best decisions. So we're kind of sorting into a Wednesday, Thursday group now. So.
Yes, that the young horse with the shoulder, there's nothing medically that could be done for her other than to relieve her constant suffering. And when you see the video of her trying to walk, it's not even walking, it's
Do you have the numbers?
it was very saddening, very infuriating. Yes, Maddie, we do have PayPal. There's a link in this video description, but it's donate@horsehumane.org. And we'd really appreciate donations. It's been a huge auction rescue, especially for January. It's yeah, she was put down. Part of the amazing thing of having a vet with us is she's able to put down horses that are suffering, where we don't have to load them up and take them back to the shelter. And relieving suffering is what we do. And so many of these horses are going to do good. We did get a group of Mustangs last night, and I'm just so excited that we're able to help these Mustangs, because some of them have titles, some of them don't. We are in nearly constant communication, it seems, with BLM, and so we are able to get their paperwork straightened out. But we got some young Mustangs. They're not in good shape. They're
We're just microchipping this one right now, and Keith is getting another one. The horses in this pen, I'm really concerned about. I mean, there was so many horses in critical condition, but those two are also very critical. So we're having like one trailer that if we think they can travel, they can go in there, and if they're cleared by the vet, and we'll be looking at the most critical ones back at our shelter. So it's kind of like auction triage, what's the highest priority back at the shelter, and then the next day. So I gotta grab photos.
That one may not make the cut when we get back today.
oh.
Are these those halter trays back there? Or are those
Those are halter trains right there.
And then the two other Mustangs, I believe, are right here.
And here's Corey. Corey's been working since till 1:30 this morning, and then back at it at 8 o'clock this morning. So
Good thing I got to sleep in until 7:15 when until my lunch break. So
you too, huh? Oh, right. So yeah, we didn't actually get done out here until 1:30 this morning, and so we let everyone stay in bed an hour later. So
all right.
we all got to work at 8 this morning.
And this one's for today.
Yeah. More than 4 hours. We need more than 4 hours of sleep, Meg. So we're giving them probios and
We're giving Buteless and Senchill.
Buteless and Senchill.
Senchill is an awesome company. They donate a lot of products to us, and this is Senchill, and it just helps them relax. I'm always a little skeptical of some products, and somebody donates them to us, and I think we'll use it. And we were gonna go load a group of horses, and they were so calm and chill, and I was like, Senchill works. So we've been.
So have a tube on hand if you need to take your horse to the vet or something. You can give it to them.
To be stressed.
Yeah.
So.
All right. The reason the camera's shaking is I'm switching hands because one hand came out of the pocket.
It's cold.
One hand came out of the pocket and the other hand went in the pocket. So I have a nice little iPhone holder so I can hold it steady for you guys. But when I switch, sometimes there's a little shaking there. All right. Well, Lisa, welcome to the first assessment live. It is so different than the assessment lives last year. But we got a few hours of sleep. Let me see here. This person, Jewelry is bringing bling, says she needs some Senchill.
Let me get pictures there.
It's not formulated for humans. I have no idea what happen. Oh, it's melatonin. Okay.
Go to the pharmacy and get a bottle of melatonin.
Or Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Get some melatonin. So that's the active ingredient in Senchill. Cool. All right.
Keith has got one ready. I'm gonna grab a handful of Senchill.
Oh, here's the next horse. Pretty little chestnut.
He's got that small chestnut.
Everyone's doing well, Anime Wolf, and glad you got your pets fed. And We just started the assessment 15 minutes ago, so.
Well, we've been here longer than that.
What's the auction number?
Ah, yes, lavender. So Dr. Fisher giving lavender to the horse. That's pretty awesome. Dr. Fisher's such a cool vet. You guys remember Dr. Fisher? They
We
should, yeah.
actually might get to hang out with Dr. Fisher in May. He's
See-
going to be doing the Navajo gelding and horse welfare clinic again with animal rescue. And we're hoping to assist. Last year we covered all the gelding operations. So there was like 80 horses or close to 80 horses that got gelded. I believe, was that the number? Do you remember, Haley Macy, how many stallions got gelded?
Do you remember that number? It was double digits, definitely.
Yeah, it was a lot. And so we're looking at doing that again, funding that. And I think I actually might be able to go help this time too.
Tawny wants to go help. Tawny's like, I want to go help. So that is awesome. And I love the Navajo Nation area. And so I think it'd be great to go. And Haley and Macy, I think you guys would like to go again, right?
It was
Yeah.
pretty cool last time.
It was
So yeah.
a learning experience too.
Yeah.
Especially watching all the gelding operations.
Yep.
Let me just make sure I'm good with all the photos.
Dr. Fisher is amazing. It seems like, I don't know, there's so many amazing vets in this world. And there's one standing right there. So,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yay.
Oh, okay. So we have almost 500 people watching on YouTube. I think that's really awesome. Here comes another one. Oh, Terry, thank you so much for your $20 donation. Aw, it's sad. Like, look how skinny this horse is.
And these aren't these ones, there was worse ones.
Oh yeah, these aren't the worst of the ones we rescued last night. But yeah,
Like there were really bad
like
cases.
poor little matted mane and skinny.
The gate is like on its own. Oh, there we go. I'm so sorry, baby. And like it's a winter coat, so you can't really, like, it's way skinnier than it actually is. And it's over back there too.
Yeah.
We got a mare gelding.
The mayor.
So typically we do have to euthanize about 30% of the horses that we rescue from auction due to
And what
severe injuries and neglect and abuse.
Those ones I don't think we can get hands on.
Yeah, those are Mustangs right there.
He's not as bad as June was. How old was he?
Well, we don't know. Like
Well, yeah, we don't know for sure.
this horse is emaciated.
Yes.
And with a winter coat, June did not have a winter coat. So it was easier to see how skinny June was. This horse is extremely skinny, but it has a thick coat. So we can't be saying like, oh, well, this horse isn't that bad, because
Oh, it is bad.
I'm feeling
Yeah.
this horse, and every bone, there's a shelf here that's very fluffy. There's a lot of hair here, but it's straight over, straight down. All the hip bones, it's very sucked in. This horse is in really rough condition.
Yeah. And poor little hip and just, so sad.
I mean, like, there's
Yeah.
nothing here. Like,
Yeah.
yes,
This is winter pen.
Yep.
that's the today's count. Yeah.
This is today's.
Try to figure out which days were.
Yeah, that was today's. That was the first cut that made the cut last night. They made the first round of, they were stable for overnight.
Lisa, thank you so much for your donation. Aw, she's a super chatter now. Lisa is a super chatter.
I'm not sure what a super chatter is, but I'm guessing you're chatty. So.
Yep. She donated $20, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's awesome. People in our Facebook supporter group are like, where's the live assessment? So I got to post a link to them. These Mustangs will probably just want to run.
Yeah, the Mustangs should go on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct. The two Belgiums are, so we can put those on today's group if we have room. the bobtail, one has a
Are we
regular.
worried about getting pictures of Mustangs right now? Or
So Sharon, yes, June did well, and then unfortunately, fairly recently, she did go downhill, and she had to be humanely euthanized. But she definitely knew love, and Jenna and her husband did absolutely everything they could for her, and she had a really good adoption. It's just her body was severely depleted from the abuse and the neglect. So, and here's a big one.
Really swollen back leg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
his back leg is unfortunate. You can go ahead. It's fine.
notice on the front one where this one has been shaved from the injected at some point as well.
What would that injection be?
It would be, they could have done a steroid more than likely to try to decrease inflammation, make him a little more sound for a little bit, so.
Scanning for microchips. Not very many horses are microchipped. And it would be great if more horses were microchipped. We could get.
The nice thing is the Jockey Club has started mandating microchipping, and it's really good. There was actually horses that came to this auction whose tattoos in their lips had been burnt to try to hide their identity. And after all that happened, they started saying we're going to microchip because you can't just hide their identity so easily. So there is progress in the horse welfare world. It's just slow.
It's very slow.
Maybe a picture of this side.
Yes. They literally would burn the tattoos out of the lips to where they're unreadable.
And their lips were just so swollen, it was horrible. And they were young thoroughbreds, basically right off the track. And then there were also, the group of them came here, and then another group ended up at another place, and it was all documented at the other place, and it was just really sad.
Okay, it goes in today's pen.
Why would you want to hide their identity? So, if okay,
Anyway, so
yeah,
the reason they want to hide their identity is when people are racing horses, if they're not performing at a money-making level, they don't keep them in their training barns. They move them out. A lot of people want to think that when race horses are done racing, they're retired for life. We got one horse that was purchased like 3 months prior to us getting an auction for $300 for $30,000. President of MGM bought that horse for $30,000, raced it a couple times, didn't make the cut, and into the slaughter pipeline it went. But we have horse traders that come along and say, oh, I can take the horse. They take the horse, and then they don't want people like the president of MGM to know that they're putting them into the slaughter pipeline. So if they can burn their tattoos, they can hide their identity, and these horses can't be tracked back to their wealthy owners, and then there's accountability issues. So that's why.
Yeah, and you got to get back to work. But somebody asked, why are we microchipping the horses before we've had a chance to evaluate them? Well, that's just not quite how the process is going. We have our vet here.
Yes, we have our vet here. The microchips that we have, we can scan and get their temperatures. So when we get these horses back to the shelter, we can scan them and get their temperatures and see if they're elevated or they're colder. So the microchipping is, in addition to being a permanent identification, we are able to track their temperatures as well.
And our vet is doing an assessment and saying this horse has a really good probability of having a great quality of life. So,
All being seen by the vet.
yep. Oh, Corey, you got a wet kiss this morning. Oh. Well, sorry, Shannon. Tawny can you guys hear Tawny okay when she talks? Because I get close to her, so should be able to hear her.
Try to talk loud.
She tries to talk loud. Now you're getting stuck down a V. All right. Okay. Other people say they can hear Tawny only if she's close. Yeah, exactly. So. Okay, so as long as Tawny's close, people can hear. So awesome. All right, he is out of here, and then he's coming back. This is such a big draft. Unfortunately, he also has a swollen back leg.
They're swelling in their left hind legs that way. They've been used to work before. This one actually that we just brought up, he's got some swelling in the left
You
front
can
leg.
you can see the difference in the two back legs, and
We will do another evaluation where they
Hey, look, your friend.
that just the initial who needs to be seen sooner than later. So then when we get back, we'll do like we normally do, x-rays, vaccines, the probiotics, the rest of our routine on that. So we're kind of just splitting it up and doing a little bit more triage and a priority when we get back.
right. Somebody says, how did they adopt a horse?
You email us, info@horsehumane.org, and we will send you over an adoption application.
Well, first look on our website, see if this
on
one
our
you.
website, and we also do take in dogs and cats. So we have a lot of dogs and cats that need homes as well. And we got, when we came to the auction, like we were on the way here yesterday, and there were the cutest pictures being posted in our staff group of these little beagle puppies that we got in. So we get a lot of different animals, and the goal for every animal is to find a home. If there's a medical behavioral problem, we have to look at other options. And with this, there's so many cats and dogs. All shelters are full all over the place. As far as I know right now in Tennessee, we're the only shelter that is taking dogs and cats. We get calls all the time. And it's really sad because they are literally getting dumped all over the place. In the news last week, one city over from us, there was a litter of puppies that was dumped in an ice chest in a trash pile, and somebody found them. And so we're trying to be there for those animals as well, but horses are always our focus. But when we have the ability to help an innocent animal, we always want to do so.
Absolutely. So somebody asked if, I don't know where all our horse people, I guess that was the horses from this area, right?
Well, we have a group of Mustangs back there.
So somebody asked if YouTube takes a cut. Actually, for nonprofits, YouTube donates 100% on.
YouTube is very nice, so definitely make a donation through there. And watch our episodes and videos, because every time you watch it, you'll probably notice some ads pop up. Those ads really do help out the organization. So, and we don't get to choose the ads. They're actually kind of chosen off of what you've been researching on the internet, and we have no control over that.
Yep.
So I know somebody's like, "Why are you showing this ad?" And I'm like, we don't have control over the ads that are shown on YouTube. It's just a researching of, if you're Googling something and they're like, oh, well, they're interested in this or that, those are the ads that you're going to be watching. But those ads really do help our organization. So watch them.
Cool. Well, I don't know where everybody went, so everybody's gone. Let's come harass these nice people. Rebecca, usually you're talking on Facebook, so what's going on?
I try to concentrate on the horses so I don't feel my frozen feet, that I no longer feel.
Oh,
And
Rebecca's-
I did bring 2 pairs of socks this time.
Rebecca's cold again.
It's cold. Always.
Yeah. Oh well. So these are some of the horses we've already done their assessment.
We're going to bring in some horses down.
So we're bringing some horses.
How many
We
horses are in here?
There's 7 in there. 7.
cool. So are they going to be going in here when we're done?
We're going to close this off and run
Right.
into here.
Okay. All right. So there's going to be 3 horses coming down here.
So the next horse is Tom Easy. I will do my video. Did you say?
Robin, thank you so much for donating $7.99. And then we got a new member. Let me see if I can see who that was. Looking back through the comments, Daisy May, thank you so much for becoming a member. We've had a couple new people become members, and we had 700 people here watching, so super exciting. Run to Dollar General and get heat pads for everyone. Well, by the time we got back, we'd be done.
There's our very generous donors have sent us these amazing heated vests. Let's see. My battery might be going on it. Well, the battery's not working on that, but I have a backup battery. And we have heated vests. A lot of us have heated vests. Anyone who chose to have a heated vest could get a heated vest.
Mine's in the truck with an extra battery if anyone needs another battery.
So, nice little. Yeah, see, it's on. I don't know why it's not going on. Maybe I have to hold it down longer.
I don't know. I had problems with my trying to get my heat.
There
Oh,
we
yay!
go.
It
So,
says heat is
yes.
coming.
And it does really help. So the heated vests have been an amazing thing. Dr. Lydia, she's still on our staff. She's one of our employees as well. She's a part-time vet. And she wore this heated vest the other day. She was freezing. And she's like, why did I wait this long in my life to experience heated clothing? So they're very nice.
All right. So the horse that, yes, they sell heated everything, I do believe. Rebecca, can you let them know they're going to be on live if they're hanging out here? Yeah. Aw, it's a cute little horse.
This is the Mustang that
Okay.
This is the Mustang that ran through last night. I believe we got it for.
Yeah, so something like that. So, yeah, so this is a little Mustang. How old is he? She?
They said 4. I would agree with 4.
Okay. It's little. It's little. Yeah. Oh, does it have a microchip?
Yep.
What?
So, usually after 2015, they started really microchipping a lot of Mustangs. At least I've noticed. Ones that we've got that have been born after 2015 usually have one.
And
Okay.
it is a government one because it starts with the 840.
So it's a government microchip. That is so.
Can we grab a halter for Corey?
There should be one on the ground right there.
It's nice as microchipping is getting more and more standard for, we got one.
Thanks.
For the thoroughbreds, the Mustangs,
Standardbreds now.
standardbreds. It's a really good form of identification. Now that microchip will not tell us his temperature though. It's a problem.
But
That's the one the government one.
Yeah. That's the government for you.
Hey, we at least have microchips.
Hey, it's got a number. That's all we-
That's got a number. Yeah.
yep. So would this one have been got off the range? Do we know?
Or born in captivity.
One or the other? I guess.
They got off the range. It was the capture date on this one was 2020.
We have the papers too. So I have the papers with everything.
Wow. Terry Beck, you became a horse. You're a member too. Thank you so much. That's like 3 or 4 people became members today on this live stream. That is, you guys are awesome. Yep. Yeah, there are definitely benefits. You get really cool little things on your name, little extra icons on your name when you're chatting. And we do put members only videos up. And
All right, we're good. So this is
so thank you guys for becoming members, and your support just helps a lot. So yeah, is it better to be a member here or on Facebook? Yeah, member here or on Facebook? Probably here.
Facebook. Okay. YouTube is great. Facebook does get a little bit more, like when we're doing the auction rescue, we're posting updates like, hey, we rescued 15 or we're at 20. Like, we
Member
do
only content.
Put more content, but videos, typically, I mean, the thing is, when you become a member, your support is helping what you're seeing here right now. And if it's helping what you're seeing right now and you feel good about that, then become a member on both and then you'll get everything. But either one is totally fine. If you like watching YouTube, go there. If you're a Facebook person, do the Facebook.
Yep. Either one, either site works really good for memberships. So these are a little bit wild. Okay, so I'm gonna be back here behind the gate. I do appreciate my mobility and my freedom from pain. I'm pretty sure that YouTube membership is $9.99 a month and Facebook is $4.99. So just from that aspect, being a member on YouTube does help out a little bit more. So if you can be both, that'd be like $15 a month. That would be absolutely awesome. So Connie says this one's blind in its left eye. Jane, thank you so much for becoming a member. So Tracy, you could arrange for transportation. We've transported horses to Hawaii before for adopters. So, well, yes, but we helped facilitate the transportation. So she was wondering about adopting in Canada. So that wouldn't be a problem. Yep. Good morning, Heather. So this horse has severe rain rot, blindness, and DSLD. So that's really super sad. But yeah, wow, another member. Thank you so much. Good morning, Feather Life. Yeah, you guys are amazing becoming members today. Really do appreciate that.
We're gonna put him in this back pit over here.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Corey's trying to walk by him without traumatizing the horse because he is blind. So, and Corey is safely out, going to get the pen ready for him. Which one's he going into? This one right here to your left, or? Yep. Judy, you've been a member for 12 months, and that is absolutely amazing. Yep, you ready? All right, I'm opening the gate. And Tony's going to encourage him to walk on over. Blindness is just so scary in horses at auctions. It's scary everywhere, but it's just so sad. I wonder if we're going to get to 800 people watching. I think we are, and that's super amazing. So, whew.
So in the Thursday pen, there's horses we haven't seen.
There's 3 in there that we haven't looked at.
So we need to run them over here so we can actually get. Okay. Because otherwise we're not going to get to them.
How cold is it here? It's about 31, 32 degrees with super high humidity. And that's the hard part, is the humidity cuts right through jackets. Right? Faye says, at least we don't have wind. I agree with her.
So much colder.
All right, so some horses are coming out. Oh, Katukas, you became a horse hero too. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Does anyone know how many people became members this morning? Like, I don't think I've ever seen a video where so many people became members. Nope. Yeah, 797 people watching. Minus 16 in Ontario, so that thought makes us feel warmer.
Even if they all go over, let's just send them all over and then we can sort them out.
Oh, it's 20 below in Minnesota. That makes me feel warmer. Oh, here's a horse walking by. Do we save any donkeys? I don't think we did not get a donkey last night.
There weren't that many here.
Yeah. And they went higher. Like, it was more expensive to get a donkey than a horse last night, and donkeys are much smaller, so they weren't purchasing them for slaughter, so. Oh, Kim, thank you for becoming a member last night. Yeah. All right, they're sorting the horses. A couple of those we haven't done their initial assessment here at the auction yet, so.
That one, the one in the front, wait, not the bay. Yes.
These two we need to intake here, do the evaluation.
What is the average cost for? Oh, Winterfell, thank you. You became a Horse Hero member this morning. Wow. Oh, 818 people watching, so, yep. 31 horses is a huge auction rescue, and we were not planning on it. But there was just, it was probably, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just super excited we were able to help so many, and really, really love that. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch those, Delaire. Ponytails, Tales from the Tundra. And, oh, it's gotta be cold up there. All right, so Corey's, oh, that's a cute little horse. I'm gonna go get a little closer. That is a really cute little horse.
Severely club-footed.
That is,
Can you say that again?
Severely club-footed on the front, the left. Yeah, all four? All four.
severe club-footed on all four.
And like this is a cute, colored horse. Somebody bred it and had this issue and they dumped it. That 100% I believe is what this horse's story is.
If
A breeding call, and instead of being like, wow, we bred this horse with this problem, we're going to be responsible and talk to our vet about what to do instead of dumping it in an auction. And it's sad. But they like these guys to disappear in the slaughter pipeline, never to be seen again. And it's just really sad.
so, if memory serves me right, it came through. Was this the young one? It came through with what? It came through with its mama, who was also club-footed. So, is that a genetic thing?
It can be, yes. Yeah, it can be genetically passed on it. And this one is more severe than the other one we have in there that only has it in the wood foot. This one, when we get back an x-ray, we're probably not going to even attempt surgery as severe as it is. It'll be quality of life. The other one with x-rays, we may attempt depending on what we find when we get back. So.
Cool. So we may have a club-footed surgery. Yeah.
I want to try, but this one is not the best candidate.
Faye is the filmer and editor for Horse Plus Vets, and she loves Dr. Pole. So we're like, well, then you are the perfect one to head up this new
When she
channel.
had her working interview, she's like, "Oh, I really like Dr. Full, and we were at his vet office or something.
Yeah,
we
we
visited
visited.
it, and I was like, wow, she's dedicated. Then she likes this type of stuff. We need her here."
So how you liking it so far working here?
Jason, hold
Oh,
on.
I loved it.
Watch.
Okay.
Video on the first watch. Come on, baby. And that is so sad. And it can actually get so bad that it'll be.
Faye, get on down at
the
this angle
hoof
too.
will be like completely rolled over.
Horrible. How's it going, Keith?
Going good. Going
Awesome.
good.
You missing having Angela here?
Yeah, kind of miss that. I'm kind of lost on this auction because I wasn't at the auction. I
Yeah.
drove up this morning and I don't know what's going on.
Well, you got a halter and lead rope, so something good is going on.
It's like, who knows?
Oh, Meg, I think you missed. You missed a. Oh, all right, rapid movement here for a second. You missed an very, very sad club-footed horse. If you missed that one, you're gonna have to go rewatch that. Just pay attention where you're at on the time frame. About 43 minutes, and all 4 feet are severely club-footed.
We got one more.
So our vet is more than willing to do a surgery and fix it if that's what can be done. So 160 people watching. I wonder if we can hit 1,000 people watching. That would be so awesome. I was the views on our main channel since we stopped doing the weekly episodes, which, by the way, weekly episodes are starting up. Horse Shelter Heroes. So John just is getting the intro done. Hopefully he gets it done today. And so that's going to be starting up. Should be next Thursday is the first episode of season 4 of Horse Shelter Heroes. And it's just amazing that we've been doing that going on 4 years now. And people are going to love it. I know everybody's going to love it. Wow, Ferry, that's a lot of coffee cups. Oh. Yeah, we film the surgeries. So we do film the surgeries and we put them on our channel, Horse Plus Vets. So Carrie, when at your earliest convenience, don't forget to head over Horse Plus Vets on YouTube and you can see the surgeries. We have a couple good surgeries up there right now. We have an eye removal surgery, which was flagged by YouTube as 18 plus because it was so, it just showed you what happened. And who won the mentorship? Keep watching. You'll find out. And you can also go back. We did announce actually the winner earlier. So there's a video earlier that actually showed the winner, but it's coming up soon. You can, yeah. Horse Plus Vets is awesome. Couple videos on there where YouTube's like, you know, this is fairly graphic. It's not made for kids, but yeah, people want to watch it, and I don't blame them. So Faye loves filming and editing and getting them out there. Keith is yawning. That makes me want to yawn. Lack of sleep. The little what? Oh, yes. So when you're on our Horse Plus Vets video, and you're wanting something that you can watch with your kids, but is still educational about the veterinarian procedures of horses, on the thumbnails, if there's a little green E, and I'll also say it's rated E for everyone in the description, but if there's a little green E on the thumbnail for the video, that means it's good for everybody. No blood, no guts. It's just, you know, like maybe x-rays or dental floats, things like that. If it doesn't have an E, you have been warned. It's probably going to have some blood, going to have maybe some abscesses draining, going to have who knows exactly what all. So, okay, I'm going to go find a horse to look at. All right, these are ours?
Yep.
Okay. Tani and the vet are talking to someone. It's, looks... Horses, just waiting to see what's going on. If anybody's got questions, feel free to ask. I'm probably not going to talk about specifics of euthanasia because I don't want to misspeak to something of that effect. But if you got any questions about life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, philosophy, history, arts, science, anything, you're welcome to ask. I probably won't answer because my ideas are different than most people's, but if you want to talk about horses, if you want to tell me your favorite horse, I can tell you about my favorite horses. Believe it or not, I'll tell you a little story. So Jason doesn't ride a whole lot. That's me. That's the guy behind the camera. Actually, I can spin around here. There we go. I don't ride a lot, but I actually went riding with Tani the other day on a horse, and she was so happy. And the horse was an absolutely perfect little horse named Chocolate. And Chocolate treated me very well, and I have no scary stories from riding Chocolate. And so I'm going to have to get on a horse again soon. So that was kind of fun. Got to actually go riding recently with Tani, and it was where we were at was very pleasant. So how do you guys stay so positive during the sad parts of rescue? That is such an excellent question. And stay positive. Staying positive, so first of all, it's easy to put on a front and just, you know, you can smile for the camera, and intellectually we know this is the best for this animal, this is the best for this animal. It doesn't make it any easier emotionally, when you see the abuse and just the horrific treatment of some of these horses, and yes, we're relieving their suffering when we give them the last act of kindness, and that is the right thing to do. And intellectually, we know that. Emotionally, it doesn't necessarily make it easier, but when you can really understand what happens, and I don't like watching slaughter videos because it's not something I need to fill my mind with. It's like I know what happens, and I'm fighting everything I can to stop it from happening to as many horses as I can, but it's not something I want to dwell on. But when you know, if we don't give this horse this injection and it's allowed to go to sleep peacefully, it could very well end up like that. And also, if you've ever dealt with the aftermath of a horse dying in a pasture from pasture neglect, nature taking its course is not the most humane way for an animal, especially a domesticated animal that gets its comfort from humans. And so pasture neglect is not a good way for a domesticated animal to die. And that's where they are in a pasture and their body just gives up on them. They lay down. Oh, look at that horse laughing in the background. The horse lays down. It paddles for 2 or 3 days. It bangs its head on the ground. It tries to get up. It can't. It's scared. It's alone. And dying from pasture neglect is not a humane way for a domesticated animal to die. And also slaughter is not. And you compare that to simply giving it an injection, same as if it was getting a shot for, vaccines or anything. And all they know is peace, and they're gone before they even lay down on the ground. And so just understanding how peaceful it is and how gentle it is, that is the whole goal of euthanasia, is a good death. And every living thing is going to die. And as humans, we can make it pleasant. It's not pleasant for the humans. It's never easy to put an animal down emotionally, necessarily, when they're beautiful. We love them. And you put it down, and intellectually, again, this is the right thing to do. And so that does help keep your life balanced, being able to focus on this is the right thing to do. We are saving them from a horrible alternative. And so that's how we stay positive. And then you have to have a hobby. You have to have something that you do outside of horse rescue or whatever compassion field you're in, whether it's nursing, firefighter, whatever compassionary field you're in, you have to have something you do completely unrelated to that to stay balanced and positive. So that was a great question. Hope y'all didn't get tired of my monologue. We're back to doing assessment on horses. So, PN Hut, you ask, is there a sanctuary that we can transfer horses to? There are no sanctuaries that we are aware of anywhere in the United States taking in animals. They're all full. They are literally full. And sanctuary, if a horse has a good quality of life, it's going to be adopted. If it doesn't, why would we make that animal suffer at a sanctuary? So what can you tell me about that little horse?
Apparently it's got 2 auction tags on it from other auctions, like the glue on its rump. Supposedly somebody bought it and then realized that it had a clipped foot and ended up bringing it here. And that's what happens with a lot of horses. They have an issue and they just keep bouncing from auction to auction. And that horse is young. So thankfully we were able to intercept this broken system for that horse and get the help that this horse needs. And it is one that he's going to get attention as soon as we get back to the shelter, because it does have a laceration that needs stitches. So
How's that one on the left?
Scared.
Okay, we'll just push it out.
All right. Okay, well then I'm going to go get behind the gate again. They're running another horse out that I don't need to be in a pen with him. So Where's what? Yeah. And there are certainly horses that it would be very hard to find a home for that can live happily at a sanctuary. I'm not trying to say every horse that, you know, can't be adopted doesn't need to have a home, but sanctuaries are for the most part full across the nation. And there are, unfortunately, a lot of horses that need homes. So hopefully our adoption program stays having super success in 2023. The economy, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the economy at all. It doesn't seem like it's doing really great right now, but
We are seeing a drop in donations with the economy and rescue. We support over 100 other organizations across the United States and then more in different places of the world. And the organizations across the United States are being like, we're not getting as many donations. And that's where we need all our animal lovers out there to step up and support your favorite animal shelters.
well, and like Amazon stopped their Amazon Smile program where they donated a percentage of your purchase to charity.
This is the one that we were told was bred by a gypsy vanner.
Okay. The one in here now.
9 years old. That's what we were told, but we get a better idea of what's going on really when we get back.
Okay. So this one was sold as being bred to a gypsy vanner, and she's the one that's obviously quite pregnant, right? And
We'll palpate when we get back to how far along the foal is and make a game plan based on how far along her pregnancy she is. So.
Today or tomorrow?
She's Thursdays. Yeah, she's stable enough. Her only thing is she's hard to catch. So we'll put her on Thursday's list, but we definitely will get an idea of gestation length, and that way we can manage her feed program along the way. So.
yep.
We're ready?
Okay. Felicia, you're wondering, what is a pasture pet? Pasture pet is a horse that isn't sound for riding for whatever reason. There's many numerous reasons that it may not be found sound for riding, but
She's coming.
okay, sorry. Okay. Where a horse, so pasture pet is a horse that may not be sound for riding, but has no quality of life issues that would prohibit it from living a very happy life. And so basically they're adopted or as a horse that can just live in a pasture, and somebody can go out and love on it and pet it and spend time with it and love it and just not ride it.
And then horses are herd animals. So sometimes somebody's like, I only need one riding horse, but I don't want my horse to be lonely because they're herd animals. So they'll adopt a horse just to be a buddy for their other horse. And those are always nice when we find adopters like that.
Oh, 900 people watching. Woohoo! All right.
Sounds great to me.
I think we've had over 1,000 lives before, 1,000, but I mean, it was summer and it was warm and we had like 50 horses, so.
I'm just gonna leave these guys back here now.
I think the best plan in the pack might be like for these guys.
Yes, Meg, the last horse was sold as being bred to a gypsy vanner, and she is very pregnant, so we get her back and we have her in our chutes. We'll be able to palpate her, find out how far along she is.
Did you tell me quick about the last one?
We're trying to figure out where everyone's gonna ride. So we have 3 trailers, and we've got 21 horses that we're taking back to the shelter. So we're just trying to figure out where everyone's gonna ride. And you've probably seen that we do have a veterinarian here, and we did rescue 31. And she was able to evaluate the most critical ones, and there were 10 that did need the last act of kindness. And they were 10 that we probably couldn't have gotten if she wasn't here. So we're really, really grateful to have a veterinarian here, and that's a huge part to your support. When you make donations to us, you know, we're looking at how can we help horses the best way possible. And being able to have a veterinarian on our staff full-time and then another veterinarian part-time is amazing. And it's something that, you know, our organization's 20 years old this year, and working towards something like this has taken a long time. But just from what I'm seeing here today, and then, you know, having her at our shelter full-time, it's such an incredible blessing and so what we needed.
You want to talk about one or two of the horses that were put down? Like, they were suffering. Like,
they were in such horrible shape. So there was, man, there was just so many that were just so broken. And I know people are like, you know, well, you're at the auction, so maybe people are bringing these broken horses to the auction just because you're there.
and maybe they are.
And you're part of the problem. The thing to think about is we didn't create these horses, and the people who brought them here had them. They're out there suffering. Just because we're here and showing the reality of rescue work doesn't mean that those horses didn't exist without us being here. So yes, we're seeing them, we're telling their stories, we're giving them love and compassion when nobody else is, but they would still be out there suffering if we weren't here to rescue them. And you know, I wish we lived in a world where everything was perfect and there was no suffering animals, but we don't. And so if we come here and somebody's like, oh, Horse Plus is coming, maybe I'll bring this horse that has been in my yard for 5 years with a broken leg, maybe they can do something right, you know, maybe they can help this horse, then I'm glad that they brought the horse. There's not very good laws in Tennessee for livestock. And when you have animals that are just languishing and suffering, and we have the opportunity to give them peace and love in the end, that's 100% worth it to me. And I can't turn a blind eye to their suffering.
Yep. No, absolutely. And I talked a little bit about passion neglect earlier and how that is not a humane ending for horses. But yeah, Keith is running around here. Keith has talked on here a little bit. Keith actually drove up this morning. So we kind of have trying to figure out exactly how many people do we need at the auction on auction night, how many do we need the next morning. So Keith came up this morning and it's working good so far. He got here a little bit before we did. Back to this group of 3 horses there.
He's a Mustang, I think.
Yeah. And yeah, so if anybody's got another question, I really appreciated that last question that you guys, Anne, thank you so much for signing up to be a monthly sponsor. Changing legislation, it will change. Definitely.
It takes time.
It takes time.
The horse welfare world is like 25 years behind the dog and
Yeah. All right, so yeah, if somebody's got another one of those really good questions, I'll be happy to talk on that for a little bit. One day, could Tawny explain how many acres it takes for a horse to have as pets for a sanctuary? So how many horses per an acre? Let me turn this around here. All right. How many horses per an acre? 100% depends on where in the country you live. If you're out west, it could be 10, 20, 50, or even 100 acres per horse if you want it to just live on the natural forage. Here in Tennessee, if I remember right, and it's been a while, horse and a half per acre. If Tawny's remembering right. So, okay, so, oh boy, he's cuter than I am. All right, look at this little guy. Favorite horse movies for you guys? Do you have a favorite horse movie? Tawny.
So when I was a little girl, I loved watching the Black Beauty movie. I think it was made in the 90s. And I think it kind of morphed me into what I do now, because like you follow Black Beauty's story and you know, he's living his life and he's being passed around, and at the end of the movie, or close to the end of the movie, the little boy that grew up with or just loved that horse so much, he ended up as an adult being at an auction, and Black Beauty recognizes him and starts winning, and he goes back and realizes that it is Black Beauty, and he rescues him from the auction. He was emaciated, and then he gave him his forever home.
Yeah. So, what can you tell me about the little mini? Anything in
He
particular?
has some hoof problems.
Some hoof problems?
Possibly some back problems. Some kind
Oh, yeah.
of stiff.
A little bit stiff.
So I am good
But
with
he
photos.
is so cute.
And
The Horse Whisperer. Oh, I like that one too. It may have stretched reality a little bit, but it was a fun movie to watch, right? So movies are to suspend our belief in reality a little bit. Otherwise, they're called a documentary. So,
Yeah, what you're watching here is more of a documentary.
yeah, this is not a movie. This is reality right here.
Our reality.
He's almost dead.
Oh, he's scared. How do you go about getting grants to open a sanctuary? I think if there were grants available to open sanctuaries, we would have a lot more sanctuaries.
So, sanctuaries, you can have, maybe your 15 horses, and that's it. And hundreds of other horses go to slaughter. So sanctuaries are great if you want to just care for horses. Our organization is on the front lines trying to rescue as many horses out of the slaughter pipeline as possible and do the best we can for them. Other side. So this little guy is going to get a gelding operation.
A little brain surgery. And you'll be able to see that over on Horse Plus Vets. So you have almost 950 people watching. $130 has been donated so far. I think we just got the 2 minis. Right, Corey? I think we're just 2 minis, and then
That pony with the
Yeah.
missing or back.
The old pony, yeah.
yep.
And then, no donkeys this round.
Yeah, no donkeys. This we rescued them.
2 drafts were taken back, so.
Yeah. So a lot of, but there's a lot of smaller horses.
Smaller, thinner.
Yeah, which is what we normally get from auction.
There was one draft horse we did have to say goodbye to here this morning, and his leg was so bad that he probably would have fallen down in the trailer. And,
Or you could have, and he definitely would have had a hard time riding.
yeah, it
even
was a very, very hard and painful situation for him.
Grab that last pin of 3, and that should be all of ours from up our shipment.
Yeah.
Up there, yeah.
Can we get this guy out real quick, get pictures of him,
Yeah.
stick him in one of these pins, and we have that one open?
Yeah, that's fine.
So is he halter trained?
I think we're.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the halter.
That's the Mustang, yeah.
Yeah, minis are hilarious, especially when they think they're big. It's like, you're not that big. Poor guy, rain rot, it looks like to me. Yeah, yeah. Do a nice rehab on him. He could be super. Hey.
Let him out. We don't have to handle
Yeah, I just don't want him coming out through me. 6:30 at night over there in Cape Town, South Africa. So there's actually a organization in contact with us from South Africa that is very interested in getting. Yeah,
be considered for the Full Circle Life Grant.
they've applied to be in our Horse Rescue Heroes Full Circle Life Grant and mentoring. So from South Africa. South Africa's a long ways away.
I just need the thing.
I looked at airline flights to South Africa, kind of like if we do go to South Africa, how long is it going to take? And it's a multi-day trip flying over to South Africa. So is he a stallion? Somebody's asking. Megs. So if he's a BLM Mustang, he's a gelding. Yeah, typically.
I knew somebody before I went to college that had a Mustang from the BLM that was still intact.
Was he maybe too young when he got it out there?
No, he was 15 years old when they adopted him from the BLM. He was one of those Spanish Mustangs. He was
I'm
a
gonna-
tiger, and they had a breeding program up in Oregon. He's
Okay.
gonna hang out right there for right now.
Oh, we're not running them in with the. Oh, okay, that's right.
But yeah, they had a pretty massive breeding program out there, and they told me that they worked with them. It took them about a month just to get to the point where he wasn't trying to kill them, and they rode it once and retired him, and then they just bred him, and he lived till he was about 38 years old.
Aw. Can we recommend Cinchil while halter training wild horses? I don't know how you would get the Cinchil in the horse.
Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend
Yeah.
doing that.
You want them in their full mind if you're
Yeah,
training, right? Like you don't want to chemically alter their behavior
Yeah, you
and then
don't
try to
really
train
wanna
them.
do that. And also, if they're stressed out too much, they won't really retain too much of the information. So when you're going about halter breaking or just getting a halter on a horse, just take your time, take it slow, take one step at a time. Just take your small wins for that, and come back the next day, and they'll be even better.
Yep.
Yeah, you want them to remember the training sessions. But there are times that we might rescue a horse that has an injury that needs attention, or its hooves really need treatment, and we can't wait to train that horse to give that horse treatment. So then we like to put the horse completely under with our veterinarian. So then that horse doesn't have a traumatic memory of somebody grabbing onto its leg and trying to jump around. So putting them under for situations like that can be a good thing, but we don't want to sedate them to train them.
Yeah.
But that is a good question. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's 21. By my count, that's 20 in my world today.
Wait, we found all our horses?
We found all the horses. Oh, we found 21. We're taking 21.
Well, yes. Well, that's all. That's That's so awesome.
And they all were where we thought they were, so that's a good thing. Nobody moved overnight, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna run one horse at a time here. They are able.
Okay, I am hiding behind a panel again. So, folks, we got 987 people watching. We've got to hit 1,000 today. So level 1 or 2 horses are very well trained for, they're trained for anybody. And yes, those are not going to be the least common horses that we have in our adoption program, unfortunately. We would love to have a ton of level 1s and 2s, but
Those horses are living their happy life where they belong.
Yeah.
They don't really fall in through the cracks very much.
and training saves lives. I think that's a huge part of it, is training actually saves lives. So when a horse is well trained and it's a level 1 or 2, then it's going to stick in its home, and that's just the reality of it. So 993. I'm hoping. Come on, we need 7 people. 994. Tawny's getting pictures of the horse. So we get pictures of all sides of the horses here at the auction assessment, because a lot of times tags will fall off on the journey, and it's good to be able to positively identify the horses. Yes, we are expanding the facility to be able to shelter dogs and cats on a larger scale. Tawny, be careful with the Kiki horse. Yes, she is. She's in the pen next to it. So, yep. She does not like being kicked, so she does everything she can to avoid being kicked. Oh, 1,016 people watching. Right on. Welcome, everybody. That is so awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, ding, ding, ding. All right, cart horse in Cape Town. They need help. We're doing good work with cart horses working on the road. Awesome. Is that a Mustang Tawny's working on? Yes, that is a Mustang. 6 Mustangs last night.
One of them does ride pretty well, 4-year-old.
One of them rides. It's a 4-year-old.
Very small though, so we're gonna find something smaller now.
Huh.
And we might even just work on groundwork until it's
Yeah.
done to pick it up. At least make sure there's no holes in there. So overall, it is more adoptable and has a better chance.
Sure. So Corey was saying that one of the Mustangs, at least one of them, we haven't evaluated them all for training, but at least one of them is rideable. But it is smaller horse, so what is it like? Looked like 14-1 maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Corey's like, Jason's guessing again.
I would classify it as a pony.
Okay. So Jason's hopping behind the gate again. What is a Mustang? Oh.
Mustang has 2 brands on it, one big and one small.
Woohoo! And that's why Jason's behind the panel. So a Mustang, it'd be great to give Corey, but Corey's busy. So a Mustang is simply a horse that is, it's a wild horse. Oh, calm down, buddy. Everybody good? All right. You want to explain what a Mustang is super quick?
So a Mustang is a wild horse. They are native. They're not native to the U.S., but the Mustang is what we call a wild horse in the U.S. Horses actually aren't native to the North America. They were brought over by Spain when the conquistadors came over. I can't remember the year.
Yeah,
1600s or something like that. But
So basically, horses got loose and they bred in the wild and they survived, they thrived, and
the story actually is when they came over, they didn't want to take their horses back with them. So
Sure.
they just left it here. I think it's just one really big one. I haven't.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Mustang's wild horse.
So
And they brand them when they capture them from the wild, just to be able to identify them.
yeah, the Bureau of Land Management is the agency responsible for managing the Mustangs, and they make absolutely nobody happy. The cattle ranchers want all the Mustangs gone. The Mustang advocates want all the Mustangs to live, and nobody's happy. And it's horrible. And however the management of Mustangs is, it has to be humane. That is just number one. The animals have to be treated humanely. So, interesting thing, I saw in the news a few years ago that they discovered horse DNA on tools from they said 11,000 years ago. So the Mustangs are descended from the Spanish horses, but there may have been an equine type horse in North America a long time ago. So who knows exactly.
I think what really happened, so when the Bering Strait was still connected there, they migrated over to Europe, and then they were brought back in the 1600s.
Sure. Yeah, it's hard to say for sure because we weren't there. So
Exactly.
yep.
You can go right
That's a nice looking horse right there.
She's done with the pictures.
Nope, stay over there. I'm gonna stay over here. Terry, thank you so much for $5. Imagine if everyone who was watching donated $1. I agree. That would be amazing. Whew. All right, so is this the last one? No.
We got 3 more to bring.
Okay. Are they also wildish?
One of them is a Mustang, and the other 2 are Tennessee walking horses that don't look like they've been handled too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it back in there, and then we're gonna run everybody else in here too.
All right.
There's actually a semi truck loading up with horses right now.
Oh dear.
And what's really, really hard with doing rescue work is you're in the front lines. You actually are watching horses load up on slaughter trucks. And I don't know if you can hear it right now, but
Yep.
the noise in the background is person walking into a semi truck.
Marie, thank you so much for your 149. I'm not sure where your local currency is, but thank you so much for your donation. Really, really do appreciate that. Aw, Takoa, thank you for your 99-cent donation. Line, thank you so much for your donation. You guys are amazing. I don't know about everybody else. The longer I'm out here, I'm gonna go ask Rebecca. Are we running? We're running horses through here. All right. So Rebecca, I have a problem. It seems like the longer I'm out here, the colder it gets. Are you also experiencing that?
Yes, I had to go to the car because I couldn't think. But now we're good. Faye gave
Your
me
brain
my
actually
warmer,
froze.
so- Yes, very much. But
Oh, painful.
Now we're good.
Oh, Marlene, so we have over 1,000 people watching. We've had
That's
7 or 8
amazing.
people become members today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yesterday we kept the supporter group very updated, so
That's awesome.
we were very, very informed.
We're gonna run some horses, so if you guys want
to
to
Okay.
back over on that side.
Back and forth, back and forth. Let's go visit our little friends over here. They're getting settled into their pen. And so, open for questions. We got 1,000 people in here. Somebody's gonna have a question I want to talk to. Yeah, please don't ask me about genetics. I have hard enough time just telling you what color a horse is. It would be a very poor decision to ask me questions on genetic coloring. There are other people much more passionate about that type of thing. I don't know much about Brumbies at all. Brumbies are, as far as I know, somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're the wild horse of Australia. Is there a better way to deal with Mustangs? There must be, right? This is just me personally, I think that some of it basically the same as trap, neuter, release programs for wild cats. I think that the same thing could be an option for Mustangs. I do believe that it would be possible for Mustangs to overbreed the rangeland, especially because the American Southwest is literally just drying out. And so we cannot just allow them to breed and fill up the land and then start having mass starvation events. So I think that personally, I think there has to be a way to humanely, either chemically, do birth control or something to where the Mustangs aren't just completely breeding. But I also believe they have every right to live out on the range, just like any other animal. So we're not doing, we're not rounding up armadillos and shipping them to slaughter. So yeah, okay. Did I have any horse experience to meeting Tawny? I had 2 horse experiences prior to hanging out with Tawny. Both times were extremely traumatizing as I'm sitting on the back of this animal, many feet off the ground, terrified that I was going to die as soon as I hit the ground. I did not enjoy either experience with horses. And all right, they used to sterilize mares. Yeah, they've worked on that, so I don't know exactly where that's at. There was another question up here. Do you guys still use chiropractors for the horses? We don't have one that comes out regularly. Dr. Lydia is also a horse chiropractor, but
Gentleman would like to talk to you about the blind draft.
he can talk to Tawny.
Tommy?
Yeah. All right, Shelly, awesome. Thank you for your donation. All right, more questions. Zonky from the past. Oh, the Zonkies. Okay, so we are working on finding out how much it would cost and who does it to get a DNA test on the donkey zonkies, because we don't know if they're donkeys or zonkies. Dr. Nancy thought she could just do a sperm check and see if they were fertile, and if they are, she thought they'd be donkeys. Unfortunately, zonkies can't have active sperm, so we don't know yet. We are trying to figure out who does the DNA test and how much it would cost, and then we would like to do a fundraiser, because it's not something that we need to know, it's something we would like to know. So I think other people would like to know. So the suggestion is it'd be like $150, maybe $200 to actually get to the bottom of, are these zonkies or are these donkeys? My best guess is, just based on where they were from, they're donkeys with interesting leg patterns, but they could be zonkies. So I don't know. You guys will be among the first to know if we can find a lab that can do a DNA test and tell us, is this a zonky or is this a donkey? So it's a very specific test. So Tawny's coming over to talk to me about something.
All right, y'all can never stay away from a slaughter truck when it's loading, and I just had him pull off a blind draft horse, and we are purchasing it for $500. We typically don't purchase horses from kill buyers, but
That's slaughter price.
If it's in the slaughter price, we will. They actually wanted $700 for it, and I said, well, $500, because that's weight. They can sometimes sneak them in. They're not supposed to into Mexico, but they sometimes do, but they can get caught. So they're kind of a liability. So we are getting this horse for $500. If you can donate, that would be great, because we weren't expecting to rescue this many horses.
That's 32 now.
It's 32 now, but when we have the opportunity to change your life, let's do it. So I hope we can count on you.
Yep. So I know y'all have donated a ton today, and if we can get that donation to $500, that's going to cover rescuing this draft, and I'll get it here on video here in a minute. So yeah, that'll be 32 rescued in January. Yeah, let's see how fast we can get the Paul, thank you so much for 20. Paul beat us to it. Paul was the first donor. So we're at 183. Shannon, thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. Yep. Going to be seeing the draft horse as soon as it's here. I don't want to get in the way of the, there's people in, okay, so there's people here going up and down the alleys that don't want to be on the live stream. They're not any members of our staff. It's other people. So, oh, Bella, thank you so much. Oh dear. Well, oh, Catherine, thank you. $5. Sean, another 20. We're at 208. And so hopefully we can get to 500. That would be so awesome. You guys would be amazing if that happened. 989 people watching. So they're chasing horses behind these. You can kind of see them moving over there. And yep, these are 4 of ours though. All right, so until we are able to meet the draft, any other questions from you guys? Somebody, yeah, so if I had horse experience before Tawny. I know a lot of people ask if I ride a lot. I don't ride a lot, but I did ride recently. Is our Tawny's on my 20th. Oh, thank you so much for that 100 donation from somewhere. So we're at 238 now. Do you have Cash App? I don't believe Horse Plus has Cash App. We need to get Cash App though. So yeah, Tawny and I recently celebrated our 20th anniversary, and I figured why not go for a horse ride with her. So we actually went for a horse ride, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. So it's a completely blind draft from what I understand. So we are almost halfway to the purchase price for the draft of $500. So we've raised $238, and yeah, texting, well, we're wanting to do it on here ferry so that we can actually watch the donation thing go up. So we're at 248 now, 32. And then now we're at 251.99. Oh, thank you guys so much. Silver Star donated, and Shannon donated. So Shadow, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and that means people donate to care for the animals, and that's how we can afford to help it. We have a lot of amazing people who donate, and with those donations, and I can absolutely personally guarantee you guys, the draft horse or 3 horses. Okay, it's probably the 3 horses. So Jason's hiding here again. All right, and then so we're a nonprofit, and so donations go to help the horses. And I can personally guarantee you, because I do oversee the financials of Horse Plus, that every dollar that is donated, we make it do the most good we can. And a lot of people ask, well, why don't you just have volunteers? Because volunteers don't have to show up. Employees are obligated to show up. So when you're caring for this many animals, you have to have people that show up. And somebody who works is worthy of earning a living wage. So yes, we have employees. We have a lot of employees. And this year, you will notice there's people missing. We're going to be getting some new people. We've had a fair bit of staff changing this month, but it seems like every year we start off with a new group of people. So, okay, we are at $340. You guys are so amazing. Oh boy, howdy, you guys are great. Thank you so much. We're at 360 now. As soon as that clicks in, 410. Woo! Thank you so much, Caitlin, for your $50 donation. And then Caitlin donated. Alyssa's donated. You guys are, thank you, $30. Yes. Oh.
Thank you all so much. There's some really pretty horses that look.
Oh, that's horrible.
Like show horses and. But this is the one y'all are helping us save.
Okay, so the big gray one. I think I do remember him from last night. And
All right, but I need the keys so I can get a checkbook.
okay, actually, I don't know if you have a pen.
I'll have one.
Hold those.
Running more down.
Do you still need the key?
Yeah.
Can you you put that in the truck? All right. Okay. Oh, another $5. We're at $4.36. Thank you guys so much. We just need $53.09. What do you think of the horses here so far today, Corey?
A lot of the ones we got, we've seen a lot of skinny ones. Seen a few that were in pretty rough shape, and we got a lot of unhandled ones this time, or at least ones that seem like they're unhandled. Once they get back to the shelter and have a chance to decompress, they might act a little bit better, but yeah. I think we got 3 riding horses. We'll see exactly what the extent of that is when we get back to the shelter too, and they're done with the quarantine, and we can evaluate them.
Awesome. Keith, are you staying warm enough?
No, of course not.
Oh, but you're from up north.
From up north, I accumulated to Tennessee now. So now I'm cold.
Keith done acclimated, whatever that word is. It's too cold to communicate. Oh, I hear ya. This one? Oh, something else. Oh, yeah, they're doing their thing. So we're at $456. No, we're $459. We only need. Oh, there's another 20. $479. Woo! You guys are amazing. And there's actually a little amazing dancing icon on my thing. So $479. Woo! Keith, that one can go on TikTok right there. That's how we get 1 million views on TikTok. Whew. I think Rebecca gave up staying warm. I think she's just going to get as cold as she gets.
Yeah, I think she says she's going to keep smiling, so if she freezes, at least she'll go with a smile on her face.
Oh, dear. Yep. So, now, Haley and Macy are wearing big old overalls. Where's your overalls?
I'm going to have some next auction. Watch me.
Okay. But you do realize there's only one more cold auction, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm realizing, but you know,
It'll be ready for
it'll
next
warm
year.
my soul after that. It's fine.
Okay. There you go. Next winter.
Yes.
All right.
And you really never know. It's Tennessee. We've gotten snow in April before. I'm not saying I hope it happens, but it's possible.
It is always, anything is possible. If you don't like the weather around here, wait 5 minutes and it will change. Except for today, it hasn't changed. It's just stayed cold.
And we don't like the weather.
Thank you guys so much for donating. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they donate on PayPal and other things. That doesn't show up here. So we just need $21. Oh, there's 20. So we are at $499.11. I think we're going to make it. We just need 89 cents. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. I can't wait for him to bring the draft horse back off the trailer. And yeah, we're at $499.11, Catherine. So somebody will donate the 89 cents. But yeah, if anybody's got any questions for me again, I don't know where the draft horse is. I know that Tony's paying for it. Then they'll pull it off the trailer and then we can meet him. So we've been going for 93 minutes. That's really cool. Yeah. It's when I was younger, people always say, Jason, did you know you're going to be talking so much when you're younger? I actually waited until I was about 5 years old to start talking, as the story goes. And before that, I would just utter random. Oh, now we're at 5:01. Thank you so much, Shannon. You finished it off. You guys are so awesome. So let me spin this around if my gloves will let me. Okay, so when I was younger, oh dear, my hair looks terrible. Oh well, it's too cold to look nice. When I was younger, oh, should I spin it around? I should, hold on. Are you still cold, Rebecca? You want to do that again? Okay, so when I was younger, oh, here he is. So you guys are going to have to wait to hear this story if you ever hear it. So this is the blind one we just rescued thanks to you guys' donations. He's huge. He makes Corey look like a normal sized person. So completely blind both eyes.
Yeah, to me it looks like that. Or maybe a little bit visual. No, maybe you can feel the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to leave if you process your group of Mustangs.
You know those mental As long as we feed him in the barn every night, yes.
So he is a huge, sweet boy. And I can't thank you guys on YouTube enough for donating to make, saving him possible. Like, we raised the $500 to save his life here on YouTube. And thank you guys so much.
You think we could double that?
We might be able to. Hey, somebody's wondering what he's roughly aged at. Corey's going to tell us here in a second. If he...
He is over 20. I would say probably 28.
About 28.
Estimated guess. But Dr. Nancy's going to take a look in a minute here.
Yep.
Give us another number probably.
See, Pertron?
Yeah,
Type,
first
yep.
round draft. That's our cool thing about having the vet here too is like I know how to age horses by their teeth roughly.
Uh-huh.
Like I can give you a 5-year range maybe.
Oh, you're probably better on like the younger ones. It's always hard when they're over 15 to know for sure.
But Dr. Nancy really knows what to look for with that. So it's pretty cool to have her here. We can get more accurate estimations on them.
Yep. Call him Super for Super Chat. All right. We should just call him YouTube. Because
Or if he will, we're going to microchip him. I just now woke up and realized I'm like, have him, so.
Okay.
you want a lead rope? Like, I don't. Keith, you want to give Corey a lead rope here? He is so beautiful. And this guy is rescued thanks to YouTube. So, oh, that's a good idea. I wonder if I could pull it off where YouTube names him. I bet I could. I could certainly try. So, y'all, let's come up with some great names for him. He's, do we know how tall roughly? I mean, he's
He is smaller than old. So, yes.
16'2" roughly. He's got to be at least 1,050, 1,100 pounds, if not even quite a bit higher. So, okay, Charming Yeti. Oh, Yeti is a great name. Who likes, I cannot do a poll, unfortunately, on here. Do y'all like Yeti or Ghost? Snowman. I love Yeti. Yeti is cute. People are Ghost because he can't see. Okay, well, that's what Corey's suggesting. Okay. Well, let's go for Ghost or Yeti. I think either one of those would be great names for this guy. I love Yeti, but I'm leaning towards Ghost. But y'all, Olaf. So he's suggesting Olaf. Yeti, Ghost, Yeti, Ghost, Yeti. What if we called him the Ghost of Yeti? Yeti's Ghost? Yeti. I think everybody likes, most everybody likes Yeti. And Yeti Ghost, first in the middle, I know, right? I like that. Oh, Yeti, because it comes from YouTube, has a Y in it. Yeti, YouTube, look very close. I like that. Yep. I'm gonna call it for Yeti, and I like that, and I think it's very fitting for him. So, if anybody doesn't know what Yeti is like a Bigfoot, a white Bigfoot, and he's big. So, yep, Yeti is awesome. Yeti is a great name. Yep. I like it.
A doctor sent me some stickers.
Uh-huh.
And it's the Sasquatch leading a unicorn. They sent me 2 of those. They actually have them on their truck and trailer. And I was talking to the guy about Sasquatch, and he was telling me how he found the store that had a bunch of stuff for Sasquatch there, and he really got into it. But yeah, he decided to send me some stickers.
Oh, that's so funny. Bigfoot leading a unicorn.
Yep.
It's on his truck.
It really is.
I've seen the sticker.
So what is this truck you speak of? Last anybody on YouTube knew something about an accident or something a long time ago.
Yeah, I got wrecked back in August. Somebody ran a stop sign and actually T-boned me,
Uh-huh.
and it totaled my car. Really messed up my neck and my back. But I finally got a new vehicle, and I'm very excited with it. It's a nice big truck. Yeah.
And Corey
I love
actually
it.
pulled a trailer here to the auction for
sure
us.
did.
So,
I sure did.
yep, that is so awesome. Now the sad thing is it took from August, you said,
Yes.
until January
Yeah.
to get in and.
Without a vehicle for about 6 months.
Okay, Tawny is ready to talk about Yeti. We've named him Yeti. Yeti is his name because YouTube raised the money to save him.
So that's the truck he was going to load into. They are kill buyers that are pretty well known. I actually asked him when I was writing the check, what are they doing here? Because this isn't their normal area. They were coming down from Pennsylvania with a load of horses, and because of the weather, they decided to stop off here. And
Bought a bunch, or they just unloaded?
They did kind of sound like a lot of kill buyers will stop at an auction, shift off horses, and replace them with heavier horses. So it sounds like that's kind of what happened. But they did say their horse trailers for sale if we want to have a big semi.
Did they say how much?
$65,000, which, I mean, a horse trailer like you see us using can be $30,000.
Yeah.
So, and they say can haul a lot of horses. And how cool would it be to take one of those trailers and they're leaving, never let it haul horses to slaughter again. But thank you guys so much for helping this horse. And one thing that I think there's a lot of misconception about, and I saw it again today, and it's not the first time I've seen it. A miniature horse did load up on the slaughter truck with all the horses. And they're like, oh, they don't ship minis to slaughter. It happens. And I have seen minis in slaughter trucks multiple times before. So anyway, as we have 4 more to take pictures now, and just thank you all so much for stepping up. I know you didn't have to donate more money to help us, but I so appreciate that, and I'm glad we were able to help one more horse from ending up a horrible situation. I mean, the guy when I was writing the check, he's like, yeah, we're the biggest kill buyers in the United States, and so they're quite proud of the work they do of shipping horses to slaughter.
The work of death.
And a lot of them are like, we're the garbage man picking up the horses that owners dump them. And that is true in a lot of aspects, because owners are failing these horses, allowing them to be sold in the slaughter price range instead of, a horse that has we had to say goodbye to 10 horses here today with our vet. Those owners of those horses should have taken care of them. They should have taken them to the vet. They should have been responsible. But instead, they're in the slaughter pipeline. And, we're trying to do the best we can. And I just want to thank you so much for your support.
So people asking, can we say more of that truck left? Right.
It's pulled out.
Yeah.
And they have to make their load. Like, they are coming through from Pennsylvania, and they had a group of horses here, and they had them well fed, and people are like, well, they're feeding them. I'm like, yeah, they're feeding them. They want them big when they hit the border.
Yep.
But thank you so much for helping us save one more horse.
So we've been going for 103 minutes so far. We have over 1,000 people watching. We've raised $529. People are complaining. Well, one person. I think most people, obviously, people love watching this. That we're not seeing horses enough. We're just hearing Jason talk. Well, it's been over an hour and a half.
This is the reality of rescue.
Yeah.
Okay, so there might have been more horses typically coming through. We had a slaughter truck loading up horses out there. While we were trying to bring our horses through, there were horses headed to slaughter to be loaded up on the slaughter truck. Sometimes we have to pause. This is reality of rescue. This is not fast action, tons of stuff. This is the reality of our lives as we're here on the front lines helping these horses. So sometimes it is a waiting game. Well, I'm up front talking with kill buyers and saving another horse.
Yep, absolutely. So, and Yeti is so happy that he's saved. Okay, so Jason is getting behind another gate here. But no, 1,000 people watching means that we're doing something right, and I can't thank you guys enough for watching. This one is so skinny. Like another very super emaciated horse. And what was this one? That's not Mustang, no?
I think it's a saddlebred.
Yes.
There's a group of, we do see a lot of saddlebreds.
A lot of saddlebreds. So Tony thinks this one's probably a saddlebred.
Like they breed them, they don't have the right conformation or whatever for showing, and we do see a lot of saddlebreds.
Yeah. So not a good like possibly bred. Sorry for that glitch. I don't know. Hopefully it's back. Lost a few people watching, but I think most people are still on here. Yep. Yeah. No, Yeti heard me talking about him. He looked back at me. That was really awesome. Thank you, Katie, for being a new donor. Yep. Thank you, Meg, for letting me know I'm back. Tony's just down here getting some pictures. Face picture. So let me come over here.
I think I'm acting strange.
There we go. Oh. He's like, why do they ask me to move my face there? There you go.
So bright and light.
Yeah, we should put them. I should be over here, and we should put them in those stalls over there. That'd be better coloring, lighting.
Yeah, if we can put them in stalls over here, it'll be easier for me.
Did the Appy pass the assessment? I don't believe no.
We did say goodbye to that.
Yeah, the Appy was really suffering. Yep. So, California, as far as I know, is the only state where it's illegal to ship horses to sell.
Is working on it.
Colorado is working on it, Tawny says.
I talked to Rescue this week, and they were wondering what my thoughts were on California's law, and there was one arrest, so it's a good thing.
But if more states start making it illegal, I think it would be harder to just ship horses through. So more and more states need to, I mean, it needs to be federally illegal, but.
And blindness in the right eye.
Yep. So Tawny is getting the pictures. Yeah, we're almost to 600 likes, y'all. Yeah, they'll be all right. Safely in his stall. Yep, 10 of the horses were too far gone. And it's just, our vet was able to relieve their suffering just right away instead of, loading them up and make the 2.5 hour journey back to the shelter. Like, there's no reason to make them go through that if we can relieve their suffering sooner.
Well, and one thing is, like, there's not a lot of large animal vets in the area, so when we had a horse that needed the last act of kindness, here I have called vets everywhere, and there's like nobody. And so the closest vet that I know I could get a horse to is about almost 2 hours from here. So that's where it's like we would just load them up, try to get them comfortable with medication, and get them to our shelter where our vet can take care of them.
Yep.
But now we have Dr. Nancy, and she's here with us, and it's amazing.
All right, so one more coming out here.
All right.
Is this the last horse of the day?
Well, we got Yeti.
Oh, okay. I thought we done Yeti. Okay.
I didn't see Yeti.
Okay. Yes, we do have to pay for disposal of the horses. They are buried.
Easy, baby.
Oh, people asking, do we know if there's a naming theme?
I don't think there's a team this month, but
Rebecca. Where's Rebecca? Rebecca, is there a naming theme this month? You know? All right, so it's going to be, free rein. Get it? Free rein on horses, reins. Okay, free rein for naming this month. So you'll be able to pick any. Free range naming? Okay. There we go. So on Facebook, all 31, because Yeti's already named.
No, I'm good. I just need it in the stall, and then I want to make sure.
Oh, what a cute. That's a cute face. I like that face.
We'll put him in here for right now, and then we'll run him over there.
Turn its rump back.
You have such a cute little face. Oh, 601 likes. Woohoo! That is so great. You guys are just amazing today.
You got pictures on it?
Oh, we're good on that one.
So just Jetty.
So we're gonna put them all.
Okay, so now we're moving him over. Moving both of them over. Right on.
He's going here.
Are they going to do different pens? Oh. So I think this is the longest assessment I've ever done, and that's because Dr. Nancy was doing the, I know, where's the WD-40? I'm hearing squeaky gates everywhere. This is going to be the longest assessment we've done because Dr. Nancy is doing such a thorough job. We're doing some microchipping and just...
It will be a little bit less work that we need to do once we're back at the
Yep.
shelter.
Everything we do here, we don't have to do there. So,
So we are saving time. So.
all right.
All right, so we just got to get photos of him, and we just want to thank you all so much for your support and help us. Thank you so much for helping.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. So.
Take care. Thank you.